Hello, Factorio people. Welcome back to the Krastorio reverse mega base. I am trying to record in 1440p, so let me know how it looks. I did a little test, it seems fine. Also, the base, I tidied a lot of things up. The plastic now goes into storage for movement. Here's what I'm going to do for the 2 trains worth of crude oil. Just have two stations back to back like this. Coal now comes in, so that's nice. I didn't do anything on this side. I realised that I need to get lubricant somewhere as well. And I'm still currently thinking maybe there's a way to double up the sulfuric acid plant with the lubricant plant. Just have any of the heavy oil first prioritised into making lubricant, and then once the lubricant's full, send the rest of the heavy oil on for processing into sulfuric acid. But that might require a small redesign. It really depends on how much lubricant we need. So instead of that, I thought we'd look at nitric acid today. I also expanded quite a lot, just so that the structure of the individual grids are more obvious. I also want to look at train fueling at some point soon, but the way the train fueling is going to work is each station is going to have its own logistics network, and that will require deleting all of the large roboports, or at least turning them all to construction mode, which is something you can do in Krastorio. You can have some logistics and some construction. So have the whole thing just be construction bots. But then that will mean that I won't get anything into my inventory, but whether that's a huge issue, I'm not sure. Train fueling might have to be literally the last thing we do, so that I can then delete all of the large roboports once we know everything's fine. But that also requires uranium processing. So anyway, nitric acid. First step, as always, is to open up the calculator and have a look at how much of the bloody stuff we need. Factoriolab.github.io says 166,000 per minute, which is less than one train. Which is less than one train a minute. So that's good. That's a good start. I need to... Large roboport is in the way. Ugh, why? I would like to upgrade this blueprint. I changed the names of these because all of the massive train stop fueling on the map was annoying me. So you can see now it just has the uranium fuel cell and a train as the symbol. But that means I need to go into here and do select new contents. First, I'd like to get rid of this, of course. Select new contents for the blueprints. So it's now this. Without the roboports, I guess. And snap to the grids. 96, 96. Wait, it can't be 96, can it? That doesn't make any sense. How did this... Oh, no, it is 96. Look at that, I'm a genius. and now it's stopped working. Why? That's really weird. It worked the first time. That's so strange. Oh, it's maybe because I pressed Control V. No, you need to be... it's because it's not 96 high anymore because of these extra bits on the ends. And probably these radars are also confusing it. Oh, I don't know what I did. Not that one. Should be 96. Alright, anyway, I'll fix that later. Stupid. Absolute grid positioning blueprints. Oh, it's because it's cut off on the other side, isn't it? If anything, it needs to be like way over here, like this. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. There we go. Right. Getting distracted. Factorio and getting distracted. Name a more iconic duo. Nitric acid is rare metals, ammonia, and mineral water. Rare metals and mineral water can just come in as inputs, so that's fine. So we'll have 1 rare metals, 2 nitric acid coming in, and another one for the mineral water coming in. First we have to decide how many rare metals we need. And they're made in an advanced chemical plant, thank God. So let's get this sorted, shall we? Nitric acid. Productivity modules. Power the bloody thing. I realise that, especially with the chemical plants, right, you don't necessarily need them to be fully spaced out. The problem with this is that you still don't power it from top to bottom, so you kind of may as well just space it out. Also, it gives you a lot of space for the pipes, which you need, because you need mineral water in and the ammonia in. And the ammonia is going to be the big issue here. 1 basically beaconed is 56,000. So we'd only need 4 of these. 4, in fact, would be overkill. 3 would be enough. And that's not even a belt of rare metals. So there we go. That's good. That's a good start. It's not a huge amount of mineral water either. It's the ammonia that's the problem. Alright, we'll say 4 just for symmetry's sake. It's bad luck to have any Factorio build as a prime number. I just made that up. But it sounds plausible. You know, you don't build things in 5s or in 7s. Do you? Who does that? Nobody. Literally nobody. He says, just checking everything. 6, 4. Is this 8? This better be 8. Yeah, it is. Good. So we could maybe take some beacons out as well. We've got room here to remove some beacons. Okay, it's the ammonia. It's the ammonia. It's the ammonia. 161,000 ammonia. $56 per minute. That's enough. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio for these. That's fine. That's good. But 40,000 nitrogen and 40,000 hydrogen each. Maybe not quite that much because this is overproducing slightly. If it's overproducing, I wonder if I could do something like this. And then have the mineral water like this going through the middle. That seems kind of neat, doesn't it? So let's tidy this up, shall we? This doesn't need anything. This will need some rare metals, but it doesn't need that many rare metals, so... But it looks like we've got room here to... I shouldn't have done this like this, should I? I should have made sure that these were actually... Oh no, it's fine. I'll put the gap there so that the rare metals can just come through like this. Even though it kind of looks odd, it'd be better if it was like this. That's more pleasing to thine eye. And one substation isn't going to power this whole thing. But we can put them in the corners now at least, I suppose. That's okay. Still overproducing, but now 4 of these is 185,000, which is a little bit closer to the target. Not huge, vast overkill. 33,000 each, which is still overproducing by just over a quarter. So 33. What's a quarter less of 33? Ugh. 8, I suppose. 8-ish. 24. Yeah, about 25. About 25,000 each. And we need 4 of them. So let's aim for... because this is overproducing by a whole machine. Let's aim for 100,000 each of hydrogen and nitrogen. That's going to take a lot. We are going to beacon these ones, of course. No reason to not beacon these. And they are A-sized. God, I'm starving. I've been hungry for like 4 days in a row. It doesn't matter what I do. .3. 75 of these. But this is why we've got all of this extra space up here, right? And of course we can do this. How much per second does this need? I'm just thinking about pipe throughput at the moment. 552 per second with... I'm worried about pipe throughput here. It shouldn't matter because, as I say, like, this doesn't actually produce that quickly. So having all of this come through the pipe into a big storage tank and then have the storage tank push it across. Oh, we just did a mining productivity. That's good. I could actually probably go into the calculator and work out exactly how much of this we need, just to be sure. Just so I don't I mean, I say it just so I don't overproduce on these, but like, there's really not much that you can do about it. You just have to throw the beacons in. Have an output here, probably with a pipe, just with a pump, sorry, just for safety, like this. And then have them all linked up. $45. Let's round it up to 50, just to be sure, because 113,000 is... Even with 4 of these, it's still not going to be enough. But as I say, this number is these two numbers here are higher than they need to be. So 50 of these, that's 10 of them. They're almost certainly going to have to go in the space, because it's not going to go in one grid square. I could try and get it in 1 grid square. The thing is the 4 of these, this isn't the issue. The 4 of these is not the problem at all. This is nothing. I should have left these in the copy and paste, of course. This is fine. It's this. So that's 10 to 50. And then the nitrogen is different. Hydrogen is actually the quicker of the 3, I believe. Between hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen from the atmospheric condensers. 30 and 30, 20 for 30. Yeah, so we're going to need even more nitrogen. But that's okay. I'll put it below because we know this space is dead for sure because everything of the sulfuric acid is fitting in here. If I put it up here and then I realise that this one needs the extra space down here, then I don't actually know what's going to go here. And obviously I could just say if it's going to be something that's big to not put it there, but you know, we know for a fact that this space here is empty, so. I think it's okay to link all of these up because the actual amount per second that this is outputting is not that much. Funneling it all into a large tank here shouldn't cause any throughput issues, especially once the whole thing is empty, and I might just do that just. So as long as the ones at like the very back and the end are emptying, we know that that's fine. Yeah, so there's no backlog here, it's not having an issue moving the hydrogen down because it makes such a small amount each that the pipes in it. It's not like the oil was where it just such a vast amount of fluid moving over. Okay, so that's that. So they're now the same, but for the nitrogen. Come on, robots, you can do it. Hello? Maybe I should make all of these just construction. I don't know. The roboports, I mean. Right, right, let's try and get this in parity, shall we? 18844 per second. Alright, so we're going to need 8 rows just to make sure that we've got enough nitrogen to match. Obviously I could take some beacons away to make sure that it was a bit more on parity, but at this point, do we really care? Oh, that didn't work. Why did that not work? There's barely pylons there. And now I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's perfect. That's a lot of gas. That's a gassy one. He's gaseous clay. Is there a better way to do this? Like, there really isn't, is there? There is no other way to get nitrogen. Yeah. So if you're doing all of this for the nitrogen, you may as well do all of this for the hydrogen. Yeah, you could like do water electrolysis for the hydrogen and burn off the chlorine. But, ooh, gross. Okie dokie. So we'll do the same thing here for this, but we'll just move it across slightly so that it doesn't get in the way of each other. Probably come to regret that. Yeah, probably. But whatever. I wish there was a pump there as well. I might move this. Just so that there's a pump. That also seems like a good idea. And then as long as there's space here for the output, and we'll just feed the hydrogen and the nitrogen into there like that, and then job's done. Job's done. Look at that. Look at that. Glorious. Textbook. Why did that say it had hydrogen in? Oh. Purge the hydrogen. Probably because I didn't change all the recipes before they started going. Go away. Forever. Why am I so hungry, man? Can someone explain this to me? I'm not a big guy. I'm also not a small guy. I'm average. I'm probably not average. I'm probably a bit overweight, to be fair. In the guts. In the old belly. This bad boy can fit so many naan bread in him. That's the problem. Who had naan bread? Good lord. Skinny people have never had naan bread. That's my analysis. Wasn't the most sensible place to put that, was it? Throughput should work here. Should be okay. This does not need to be this far down, does it? We need the mineral water and the rare metals. That's what we need. Haha, look at that, brilliant. Alright, so far so good. I feel like I don't have squeak through on. I feel like it should be easier to move between some of these things. No, I must do. There's no way you don't. There's no way you move through these without squeak through on, is there? Yeah, squeak through. 1.8.2. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Look at that. Because this outputs the ammonia onto all three. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, right. It's the only way I get around that, still having this output in a sensible place. Because if I do this, if I keep this at the top here, then I have to rotate this one. But none of that really makes any sense. I'm going to have to just change this one up here. Just do it like this. Which, you know. I suppose a pump is probably best practice here. Which means this needs to change somewhat. I think maybe I've been eating too much sugar recently, and it's causing me to crash. Causing my blood sugar levels to crash. Apropos being hungry. Don't think that's how you use the word apropos. Don't think that way makes any sense in that context, but too late. Said it now. Beacon is in the way. Oh. How did I not notice that? How did I not notice that? That's shocking. Oh, how did I miss this? Oh, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong for me. All going wrong for your boy. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, let's mimic the mineral water coming in. And even if this were going to work 100% of the time, which we don't think it will, it needs 44 rare metals a second, which is 1 belt. 44 a second. Will I get that with 1 inserter? I'm not sure I will. So I'd like to do this, but can I move this one? Does that change any of the ratios at all? Doesn't, does it? So that I can then do this. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll move the one at the end, just so it looks the same. Okay, nitric acid. Please. We're all good, right? We're all good. Loads of the stuff. I could move it down, because the hydrogen is currently, this hydrogen is going up, down, and then down, right? Whereas if I put the storage tanks here, this hydrogen is going down, in, and then down and across, which is this hydrogen. Yeah. This definitely makes more sense, because currently the hydrogen is going up, just so the output has to go down and out. So let's change that. Let's cut this away. Get rid of this. Didn't need to delete that. That's optimistic. Could go quite far down. I want each of the 4 ammonia, nitric acid things to go into its own fluid tanker, a la this system. Except I'll use one. I'll do it in pairs like this. And I could have it quite far down, so that the hydrogen here links up. But it's not quite going to work. Quite enough space. At least make it line up with the substations. Why are these pylons here? That's how I lined it up in the first place, didn't I? Oh god. Not quite with it today, it would seem, folks. Not quite all there. That's too low down. Whatever, just bung it down. I've stopped caring now. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. Alright, let's get this output, shall we? Ta-da, I suppose. This one can go there. Of course. Of course. I'm blitzing through this, sorry. This is a filler episode. No. It's fine. I know you're having a good time. You don't have to pretend otherwise. I wish these were a tad longer, don't you? Just a tad. I'm almost certain something will have gone wrong here. Almost certain of it. Okay, this is good for throughput, right? Yeah, easy. Easy. This tank is full, this tank is full. I could just purge it just to make sure that we're definitely going to have a surplus of this. Surplus of this. I guess I maybe should have built it to have enough hydrogen and nitrogen, because we do want these working all of the time. $132,000 of each per minute. So we're not quite there on those. Producing enough nitrogen either. We're on output full down here. Maybe I have overcooked this on the number of pipes. Nah, I think it's just because the tank was full. It's okay. It's okay. Once these get full, then this will back up, and then these will run at full speed when a train comes to take this stuff. Just make sure that these are all outputting. None of these are saying output full. Yeah, I think we got it. It's ugly as sin. Kind of hate it. But we knew that I knew that this one was going to be bad because of the sheer number of atmospheric condensers we'd need. It's not that bad, I suppose. No, it could be a lot worse. I need to install the power grid comb for this. But I know you'll forgive me on that one. Alright, let's have a quick look. 185,000. Perfect. Now this goes into, according to factoriolab.github.io, this needs to go 92% of it needs to go into immersite crystals, and 8% of it needs to go into AI cores. Immersite crystals, you say? Oh, we can do that. We can do that now. Let's do that now, shall we? Cannot reach. Yes, I know. Simple case of just getting rid of this. Are you done? Yes, good. Did I call this the right thing? No? That would help. I'll do the actual inputs. I'll mock up the inputs later. I'm getting a bit lazy with that. It's going to come and bite me eventually when I actually get these things set up, and then I need to do a whole bunch of stuff just to get the simulation working. You go to nitric acid till you're full, and then nitric acid to immersite until you're empty. Vroom, vroom. This should be fine. They're already full. So then that means that these tankers will be filling up. So when these tankers fill up, these will run these will run much faster for a bit. For quite a bit, in fact. Several minutes. And that should be fine. Hooray! I do love how fast the fluids load in and out of the trains. It's very helpful. Where are we going? It's always nice to get a full production line like this set up. Although we're not quite there yet with this, because we need the stone. I'm saving the mining for another day. Ta-da! But these will be all full because of the infinity pipe that was there. It won't be until this train here. Alright, good. Oh, it wasn't stone, sorry, it was imersite, raw imersite. We should probably look at doing a raw imersite, because that is interesting, because you can't cover a whole patch like this, you just have to do it like this. And it only has one output space. So that's something that we can look at soon. Getting it into a 8x8 train. 8 wagon train, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go. 40 minutes, on the slight short side, but you know, we're getting some easy wins, and all this stuff needs to be done. Thank you for watching. Please let me know how it's going, if the 1440p worked out for you in any meaningful way. And continue to like, comment and subscribe as you have been doing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.